Love-a-thon. Joining me today is Ronald McDonald House CEO Ross Bingham. Ross, great to have you here today.
We're looking forward to today. It's certainly a new thing and something we're looking forward to trying and seeing how it all goes.
Well, you know what? One thing I know about you, Roscoe, is that you always try for the house. And, you know, we've had many challenges this year. We couldn't do the ride for sick kids like we normally love to do. So this is, I guess, a close option to be able to raise some much needed funds for the house. So if you are here to donate, ladies and gentlemen, just go to raiselove.org.au. You can also watch us live stream on Facebook and YouTube. And you're probably doing that right now. Otherwise, you wouldn't be hearing a word I'm saying. And we are here to raise money throughout the Love-a-thon right now. So if you want to donate, just go to raiselove.org.au. But first, before we begin, Roscoe, I'd just like to do an acknowledgement to country. I'd like to acknowledge the traditional owners of the land on which we meet today and pay my respects to the elders past, present, and merging. So, Roscoe, thanks so much for joining us. As I said, it's going to be a great half-hour segment we're doing today, and we hope to get some much-needed funds. So give us a little bit about background about what sort of aim, what sort of target we have, and how we're going with that so far.
Yeah, well, I mean, normally we'd be doing our Raise Love ball, and you'd be the auctioneer out there, and we'd be in a big crowd of people and raising money for Ronald McDonald House. But with this COVID situation, we actually can't do events like balls and rides and different things where we raise money. So we're trying something new called the Raise Love-a-thon, where everybody's on right now, and we're targeting about 50 grand. So we're hoping to raise $50,000 today, and looking forward to the support of the people by making a donation on raiselove.org.au.
Ross, give us a little bit of an indication of what $50,000 can do.
Well, $50,000 actually equals about 370 nights for families staying at Ronald McDonald House. And if you think about that, last year, quite a lot of families in this last 12 months have been staying at Ronald McDonald House, between 2 and 3 weeks. But some of those families up to a year staying at the house. And it's all about making a difference for them, because just because COVID's happening doesn't mean that kids aren't going to get sick anymore. So we really need Ronald McDonald House to be there and keep families close, just across the car park from the actual hospital. And so mum and dad can come and visit anytime that they need to and can be right beside their child. We know that kids recover much faster if mum and dad are there. So it's vital that we look after them.
Absolutely. I've been involved with Ronald McDonald House now since, the early 90s when I was in my rock band, the Screaming Jets. And this was before I think there was any physical houses, Ross. I think there was just, rooms in hospitals, and we used to tour around the country and visit the kids and their parents. I mean, they're the ones that are, doing it just as tough. And then as I got to, came back to Newcastle to live, I got involved with the house that you run. And it's been such a rewarding experience for me. And when we're out there on the ride for sick kids, we're talking to the people who really get to use the house, especially up in northern New South Wales, places like Tamworth, Armidale, Glen Innes, places that it's just a little bit too far to have to drive regularly. So the house really helps those people, doesn't it, Ross?
That's right. Yeah. I mean, we're there to, support families that have travelled more than an hour's distance to the John Hunter Children's Hospital. When you look at the hospitals, the John Hunter is the children's hospital for the whole of northern New South Wales. So having a Ronald McDonald House there where families can live and, stay while their child's in hospital is vital. And, last year there was 600 different families needed to come to John Hunter Children's Hospital from over an hour that stayed at Ronald McDonald House, and some of those families came back, adding up to about 1,000 visits from 600 families. So, we're there for them, and it costs money to do that. We can't do it without income. So about $135 a night for a family to stay is what it costs us. It doesn't cost those families at all to stay at our house. But thanks to the generosity of the community, the donations like today, all of that money makes a real difference for those families that come to our Ronald McDonald House.
So we are here to raise $50,000 over the next half hour for Ronald McDonald House and those families in need. Keeping families close is what we're all about here. And if you'd like to donate, go to raiselove.org.au. $50,000, that will fund 370 nights. And I'd also like to thank our donors, Impact Building, Strategic IT, Pettigrew, Family Funerals, Alliance Labour Solutions, Ardent Project Management, Enterprise Law, FinBiz Advisors, Greater Bank, Hunter Signs, Newcastle Knights, West Group, the Hodgson family, the Marketing GP, and Toy Box Films, amongst many. So thank you very much to our donors there. So, Roscoe, where are we right now with the fundraising? Do we have an update from Jody McLucas, our marketing manager?
Yeah, I think that we're around 34,000 at this time. So our goal of 50,000, up 35,000 actually. There we go.
Wow, thank you, Jarity.
Thanks, Jody.
$35,000 right now, ladies and gentlemen. We are only $15,000 shy of where we need to be. I'm sure we can get some donors there, some people who would love to donate and help to keep families close at raiselove.org.au. And we also have a silent auction. Is that right, Roscoe?
Yes. So there is a silent auction. It runs through till tomorrow afternoon, 5 o'clock. And you can go on to raiselove.org.au and you'll find some items there. Should be some things there you might like to get involved in. So go and have a look and see what's on there. But I guess donations is the big way to make a difference, because that every dollar does make a difference and support families.
Well, I can see we've got some great donations there in regards to the silent auction. And I can see we've got Wine Lovers Getaway to the Hunter Valley. We've got a 1974 Socceroos jersey. We've got David Bowie, Aladdin Sane print. We've got a Sir Donald Bradman signed bat, a helicopter trip to the Hunter Valley, and a Kobe Bryant signed Lakers jersey. I'm sure that will fetch a tidy sum, Roscoe. What do you think? Yeah,
I reckon, particularly with Kobe Bryant passing away, and that's a very valuable piece there, and something to remember him and the great work that he actually did for the community in his area as well.
Absolutely, Ross. And ladies and gentlemen, just an update there, $37,000. So while we're just yabbering on there, Roscoe, we've got an extra $2,000. So thank you so much for everybody for donating. And if you'd like to donate, go to raiselove.org.au. So Ross, tell us a little bit about the different dimensions of Ronald McDonald House. As I mentioned, when I first started being part of the whole thing, it was just rooms in hospitals, but it's expanded a lot since then. Tell us a little bit about that history and involvement of Ronald McDonald House.
Yeah, well, actually, the John Hunter Ronald McDonald House has been there since 1991, and opened when that John Hunter Children's Hospital actually opened, which is now 28 years ago, or 29 years ago, and making a difference for families right through that time. In 2003, we were the first chapter of Ronald McDonald House to actually open a family room, and we opened that family room inside the John Hunter Children's Hospital, and we've since then added a second family room down at Gosford Hospital. We added another Ronald McDonald House, a 5-unit Ronald McDonald House up at Tamworth, so that those families in the New England area that need to go to the Tamworth-based hospital but don't actually need to come all the way to John Hunter, have got somewhere to stay nearby their family. Although a lot of families from there still come down to the John Hunter Children's Hospital. We also have a retreat up at Foster that opened in 2006, so it's been there for 14 years, supporting families and giving them a holiday at no charge. And we've got a learning program that operates across this whole region that supports children that get behind in their schooling due to illness. And about 120 students a year are supported through our Ronald McDonald Learning Program. So we're excited to be able to provide support across a whole, like nearly everything that a family needs, from the family's first visit to our Ronald McDonald House to the hospital, through to having a break up at the retreat, and then their child's support on the learning program as well. So, and like you said, when we do our Ride for Sick Kids, it's great to ride through those areas, out Walgett and Moree, and where families come from and see, and Gravesend, there's places out there that it's just amazing how far away families come from that come to Ronald McDonald House, and see what that's really like, and to have those families be able to live right near their child for whatever period of time is necessary is a great thing.
Absolutely, Ross. And one of the most rewarding parts of the Ride for Sick Kids for myself is actually hearing from the families that have used the house. And it's a very poignant moment, especially after we've just done 120 Ks into a headwind.
Yes.
So we're feeling a fair bit of pain ourselves. But one of the families that we've helped over the years is Tom from Glen Innes. A little bit of background before we hear Tom's video there, Roscoe.
Yeah, so Tom and his family are from Glen Innes. They ended up visiting our Ronald McDonald House 22 times since 2017. When you've been on the ride with me, and we've actually visited a family in Armidale, very, very similar sort of situation where that first visit is, for 7, 8, 9 months. And then you forget about the fact that then they come back every single month after that, sometimes twice a month, for 2 or 3 days, and they're driving, from Armidale, or in this case, this family's coming from Glen Innes, driving all the way to Newcastle for 2 days, and they're heading back. And then in 3 or 4 weeks' time, come back down to Ronald McDonald House to John Hunter Children's Hospital again for another 2 or 3 days. And all this time, Dad, he generally can't come down, and so he's working through the period. And for that 7, 9 months that they were there at Ronald McDonald House in the first place, Dad was going back and working and travelling back and forth 6 hours to be beside his wife and Tom and support them throughout that period of time. Tom's got leukemia, so you have to be at John Hunter. You can't get that treated anywhere else.
And we've got a little clip in regards to Tom's journey. We might just throw that out now.
This is Tom. When Tom grows up, he wants to be world #1 wood chopper. A little over 12 months ago, Tom took his last round of oral chemo treatment. The next day, Tom had a temperature and was admitted to hospital. The next few days, Tom became unstable and had to be airlifted to the ICU department at the John Hunter Hospital. Over the next few days, the doctors tried everything they could to help Tom stabilise. Tom was a fighter and finally stabilised. The doctors found he had a fungal chest infection. During Tom's stay at Ronald McDonald House in Newcastle, Tom celebrated Halloween, Christmas, Easter, Mother's Day and his little sister walking for the first time. One of Tom's favourite things to do in the house was play with the other kids, and Tom's family is still great friends with some of the other families. 1 year on and Tom is recovering and loving life. Tom's family is extremely grateful for Ronald McDonald House.
Thank you for helping me and my family.
Oh, so great to hear from Tom, and thank you for the lovely clip. And just by way of update, ladies and gentlemen, we are right now at $39,000. So, yeah, give a round of applause for that one. Woo! Just $11,000 shy of our $50,000 goal. So, if the family didn't have Ronald McDonald House, they would have to find the money to pay for that accommodation. And there are many families like Tom's who need to stay for periods of time while they undergo life-saving treatment, and families who need support of the family rooms, a break of a family retreat, or to catch up on missed school with the learning program. So all this money, ladies and gentlemen, goes to wonderful use. The funds we raise as part of the Raise Love-a-thon today and every day go towards helping these families get together during the most difficult times. And we rely on the support of the community 100%. And without their support, we wouldn't be able to do so. So, Roscoe, a lot of people think that McDonald's as the organisation completely fund Ronald McDonald House. Can you just expand a little bit on that?
Yeah, well, without McDonald's, we wouldn't have a Ronald McDonald House, and that's how it all got started back in 1974, was thanks to the McDonald's owners raising the funds to buy that first house, in Philadelphia in USA. And then since 1981, it's been in Australia. We've had Ronald McDonald Houses in Australia. And thanks to that support from McDonald's, it's probably adds up to around about 18-20% of what it costs to run our particular chapter, Ronald McDonald House, Northern New South Wales. And so the other 80% we're raising in the community through fundraisers just like this one. So it's vital that we connect well with the community, and the community is where we're able to who we are able to support through our Ronald McDonald Houses. So it's great to be here right now, and thanks to everybody out there that's raised funds or donated money to Ronald McDonald House over the years. We couldn't do it without your help. I just noticed that the Greater Bank.
I saw that come through, Ross.
Yeah, they're matching their staff, and they've donated $3,000. So fantastic! Thank you to the Greater
Another
Bank.
round of applause. Thank
Really
you,
awesome.
Greater Bank. And the employees. So, wow, $6,000 in total. So fantastic. And where are we right now there, Jody, in regards to our fundraising tally? We must be getting very close now. And, of course, if you'd like to send some money through, donate to the Ronald McDonald House charities, just go to raiselove.org.au. And coming up fairly soon, we have Joel Pettigrew. So Joel Pettigrew is part of those wonderful people who are helped donating to Ronald McDonald House charities. And Ross, give us a little bit of background about Joel.
Yeah, so Pettigrew Family Funerals have been great supporters of our Ronald McDonald House. Probably the whole time that it's been running, right from Joel's dad, Ian, and Leanne, and right through to now, and the great support that they've been. And they've been involved in our balls, nearly every sort of fundraiser that we do. They're involved. They buy things. They give money of their own. They've raised money of their own to support our Ronald McDonald House, and they've actually even been up at the Ronald McDonald House and cooked for our families, and been a part of the actual Ronald McDonald House family in that way, supporting families directly by supporting them with meals. In fact, right now in this COVID period where they haven't been able to come and cook for families, I understand they've actually been donating meals to the house that we've been able to pass on to the families up at the Ronald McDonald House. So a huge thank you to Joel and to Pettigrew Family Funerals for being great supporters.
And I can see Joel has joined us right now. Welcome, Joel, to the Raise Love-a-thon. Thank you for coming today.
G'day, guys. Absolute pleasure to be here.
Now, Joel, obviously a very passionate supporter of the house. Tell us a little bit about where that passion came from.
Yeah, fantastic. So sort of the love and passion that we have for this incredible organisation sort of comes from a desire to want to support local organisations that are here in our amazing region and wanting to sort of have a positive impact on our community. But probably more importantly, we're passionate about supporting the staff and the volunteers at the Ronald McDonald House, sort of individuals who wake up each and every day wanting to serve and bless and care for people during such a difficult time in their lives. And that's sort of the reason why we do what we do as well, is to be able to give back and to be service of people as well.
Joel, you've been supporting the house not just with the Love-a-thon, but for a long period of time now. I've done the Ride for Sick Kids many times ourselves. Just share with our viewers today just the joy that we all get from that connection and be able to help people in their times of need, being able to keep families close.
Yeah, it's fantastic. And we had a great time last year with the Ride for Sick Kids. We got all the staff involved, got a couple of spin bikes up in the office, and to raise awareness and for them to be able to get it out there in the community was fantastic, and burn a couple of calories while we're at it as well. But no, it was a fantastic feeling of pride. And I know the catering guys, when they make the meals at the moment, really feel that sense of pride in being able to give back and help in whatever way they can. Absolutely.
Yeah. So Joel, your staff as well are getting involved in this as well as yourself. What's the feeling from them? They must feel like they're connected to something just so good and so much bigger than their organisation.
That's it. They absolutely love it. And a few of the staff have actually had to make use of the Ronald McDonald House, or they've had relatives make use of it as well. And sort of seeing families torn apart, it sort of really highlights to them how important it is to be able to support organisations such as the Ronald McDonald House, and they absolutely love being involved each and every year.
Yeah, well, thank you so much. I know we all appreciate what you do, and Roscoe as well.
Yeah, in fact, last Friday, one of our long-serving board members passed away. Not last Friday, he didn't pass away, but he was actually had his funeral at Pettigrew Family Funerals. It was beautifully done, and a great commemoration of Alan Gilmore, who also have donated to this Raise Love-a-thon as well. But they do a beautiful job supporting families in that toughest time of losing a family member. So a great thank you to Pettigrew Family Funerals for going beyond that as well, and also supporting families that are going through the toughest times of their lives with their child in hospital.
Lovely. Thank you so much for your kind words, Ross.
And just one thing before we say goodbye there, Joel, is obviously you're a fit-looking young man.
Yes.
We always need fit young guys on the front of our ride for sick kids. Perhaps maybe 2021 could be the timing. You did mention that you have some spin bikes in the office. So, it's just no big transition to go to a road bike, and then perhaps a few training rides, and you can join the team.
I don't know. 3 kids in 3 years has had an impact on my body, so I'm a bit of a baby, guys.
Yeah, he's a bit of a boss on the training and the exercising. I've seen him out there. There's no doubt about that.
Well, thanks, guys.
Thank you very much, Joe. I really appreciate your support. So I also like to thank, I've seen a few messages come through as well, scrolling down the bottom of our screen there of messages of support. So thank you very much for those, ladies and gentlemen. Here's one from Cara, and she says, yeah, thank you to Tom, and thank you very much for that. And also one from Holly Martin, $39,000. Yes, but I think we might be even in excess of that now. Can we have an update from Jody there? We're just waiting for Jody McClucas, our marketing manager, to let us know exactly where we are now. And thank you to Anne.
$43,766.
Oh, there we go. So just under $7,000 now required, ladies and gentlemen. I do appreciate all your efforts, and also our sponsors, our donors. And I'd just like to welcome those and thank you to Impact Building, Strategic IT, Pettigrew, as we just spoke with Joel, Family Funerals, Alliance Labour Solutions, Ardent Project Management, Enterprise Law, FinBiz Advisors, Greater Bank, Hunter Signs, Newcastle Knights, West Group, the Hodgson Family, the Marketing GP, and Toy Box Films, all part of our donors for the Ronald McDonald's House Charities Raise Love-a-thon. And we're aiming to raise $50,000, ladies and gentlemen. We're already up to in excess of $43,000, which is absolutely fantastic. And we're aiming to raise that money to fund 370 nights of Ronald McDonald House. So for every dollar donated, $3.60 of social and economic value is also created by Ronald McDonald House. So tell us about the people who support the house in general, like on a day-to-day basis, Ross.
Oh, I mean, it is such an encouraging thing. My role, having been there for over 20 years now, spending a lot of time out in the community, just meeting incredible people that they've got hearts of gold, and they'll do everything from raising money through running golf days, different types of fundraisers, barbecues, to just giving donations on an annual basis or a monthly basis. Some people are workplace givers, so they're actually giving money from their pay every week, and that's a growing thing in our organisation, where people in different businesses are actually giving $1 to $5 a week or a fortnight to Ronald McDonald House, and every dollar does make a real difference to our families. I did notice one of those sponsors, West's Group, if you buy a face mask at West's, you actually get it costs $1 and 50 cents comes to Ronald McDonald House. So that's
fantastic.
That's not bad. I believe they've got tens of thousands of face masks there. So there's quite a bit of money could be raised there for Ronald McDonald House. If you are looking for a face mask, go to West's Group. And they've been great supporters of Ronald McDonald House ever since we've been running. So really appreciate their support. And the Knights, it was great to see the Knights get up on the weekend.
Absolutely.
Tight finish, but,
a nail-biter, if you will.
That's right.
You could almost kill two birds with one stone there, Ross, and you could go to West and watch the Knights win their next games and buy a face mask. So it's a win-win-win, that's for sure. So also, ladies and gentlemen, we do have a silent auction happening. So if you haven't donated yet, and we do appreciate those people who have, you can just go to raiselove.org.au. And the silent auction, some of the prizes include a wine lover's getaway to the Hunter Valley. We've got a 1974 Socceroos jersey, the David Bowie Aladdin Sane print, a Sir Donald Bradman signed bat, a helicopter ride to the Hunter Valley, and, of course, the Kobe Bryant, the much sought-after Kobe Bryant signed LA Lakers jersey, and all those if they get to their reserve price, will then become your item and get donated to the Ronald McDonald House Charities Love-a-thon right now. So we must be getting close to the end of our live stream, Roscoe. But I just thought I'd leave it to you, maybe a few things out there of people we haven't said thank you to yet.
Yeah, well, if you saw that presentation of Tom, and we've had quite a few really great videos put together by Toy Box Films. Aaron Haberfield and the guys there have just do a beautiful job, and they do that pro bono. It doesn't cost us, and the work that they do is so professional and right up the top. So a huge thank you to Toy Box Films, and also Marketing GP for Holly. You saw her name come up there and a picture of her.
Yep.
She's a dynamo in Newcastle, and really getting beside us and helping us do events like this, especially online. It's
there she is at the bottom of our screen.
Holly. Yes, a great supporter of our house, and a great lot of knowledge across Newcastle that she's able to help us connect with people that might want to be a part of Ronald McDonald House Charities.
Thank you to Dale Cummings for his wonderful support. So we do have many legends in our midst right now. All right, so ladies and gentlemen, we're getting very close to the end of our live stream Love-a-thon. And Jody McLucas, where are we exactly with our fundraising right now? We're aiming for $50,000, ladies and gentlemen, and that will fund 370 nights at Ronald McDonald House. If you haven't donated already, just go to raiselove.org.au. And we'll obviously, the conclusion of our live stream, we'll keep that silent auction still happening until, is it 5 o'clock tonight, Roscoe? We take that through too?
The silent auction will go till 5 o'clock tomorrow.
Tomorrow?
You've got tonight and tomorrow to continue to bid on the silent auction. But I have noticed 46 grand, and then there was another 700 came in, and
wow.
48. We're at $48,000. So
come on, ladies and gentlemen, we only need $2,000 more to get us to that $50,000 target. Can we get there? We've only got 3.5 minutes left, Roscoe. Surely we can get there in the next 3.5 minutes. But we'll keep you updated on our Facebook page throughout the next 24, 48 hours in regards to where we are with our fundraising. And if you have a few friends, maybe you can combine that and all pitch in to get some of those wonderful silent auction items, including the signed Kobe Bryant jersey, and I'm sure that will be a massive collector's item. So thank you everybody for tuning into our live stream today. I know there's been a lot of work behind it, and we always just keep pushing to get those funds because they really make a difference, don't they, Roscoe?
Yeah, they do. They do. Helping families travelling long distances to look after their child, and be at the John Hunter Children's Hospital or up at the Tamworth Base Hospital, or even if they need to take a break after their child's been through a serious illness, to go and use our family retreat, or if they're down on the Central Coast and go to the Gosford Hospital, there's a family room down there where they can go and take a break. This COVID time's just been very, very difficult, and even adding more stress to those families. So it's more important that we have our Ronald McDonald House there to support those families during this tough time. And Rosie, you've always been a great supporter of us. Your auctioneering has gone from, well, it was already at a high level, but it's just gone to a maximum level. And we really appreciate having people like yourself connected to us that, really put their body on the line. And you get me out there training on that push bike sometimes, and you make me go up those steep hills, and then when I get to the top, you go, okay, we're going to go back down and have another crack at that, because that wasn't good enough. You really drive people along, and I really appreciate the way that you
Oh, Roscoe, absolute pleasure, and what a great team we have, and I'll be doing it for many years to come, that's for sure, because we know we make such a difference to the lives of these people who are not going only through something very traumatic on a physical level, on an emotional level, but also, having to go through those financial burdens as well, and all this helps out. Every single cent that we raise, every dollar gets put to use. It doesn't go into bloated, budgets or anything like that. It's really there to help people at the coalface, isn't it, Ross?
That's right. That's right. And we've just had some recent research about what a dollar donated to Ronald McDonald House Charities can do. And, at our Ronald McDonald Houses, it's worth $3.60 to a family the dollar that's donated actually returns $3.60 to a family to make a difference for them in the savings in their parking, their food, their accommodation, etc. There's a lot of expansion made to the donations made to Ronald McDonald House to every family that comes and stays. So we couldn't do that without the support of the community, and the community is a vital part of our Ronald McDonald House. There's Ivor Thomas, one of our riders.
He's one of those young bucks on the front, pumping it out. And Ivor Thomas has got himself a wonderful real estate enterprise in Tamworth right now. Taree he is. So if you're up around there, check out Ivor Thomas. He's very trustworthy, very knowledgeable. In fact, he is the market expert. So there you go. Yeah, the local market expertise. So thank you very much there to Ivor Thomas. So Roscoe, we've got to hit the road. We're just a little bit over time now, but can you give us a little bit of an update, Jody, where we are right now in our fundraising target?
Okay, we're just
drum roll, if you please, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh, we're still a little bit off. She's saying we're a little bit off our 50 grand. We're pushing it to get there. Certainly looking to make a real difference for those families. So
even $20 out there, ladies and gentlemen, would be fantastic right now, because then we can get all that. Just adds up. Every little cent helps, doesn't it, Ross? That's
right. Actually, we're at 48 grand, and we've still got the silent auction running. So that goes till tomorrow afternoon. So and also the donations can continue to be made at raiselove.org.au. You don't have to stop. You can continue to do that on that website. So we encourage you to get involved. Thank you for an awesome time, Rosie. You brighten up everybody's day. You're a very busy man, but taking some time out of your life to be involved today, we really, really appreciate it. So thank you very much, Ross.
And here's another one of our great supporters, Craig Wellings from Hunter Signs. Thank you very much, Craig, for all that you do for us, both off and on the bike. So thank you very much there. And I know we're over time, Roscoe, but what are some of the future fundraisers we may have coming up this year?
Yeah, well, actually, we've got a really unusual version of Ride for Sick Kids this year. Obviously, we can't go and ride on the road all the way from Grafton or from Inverell to Newcastle. So there's going to be some rides locally around our area where we'll be continuing to put the name out there, but ride in a very a local fashion and get the support from our donors towards our Ronald McDonald House. And hopefully later in the year, I believe golf days are something that we can sort of still run. So we're hoping to put together a golf day later in the year as well.
Well, thank you so much for your time today, Ross, and all the supporters out there, everyone behind the scenes, and Jody, done a great job, Donna, all good stuff. I really appreciate everything that you guys do for the community. And thank you to our donors out there, and also the people who have, not only donated from their businesses, but donated personally. And we'll keep you updated on our Facebook page, exactly where we are. We're getting very close to our $50,000 goal. As Ross said, we have the silent auction still to come in. Tomorrow at 5 p.m. will be the closing of that. And thank you so much for joining us on our Raise Love-a-thon. I'll say bye for now, and we hope to see you out there on the road in time to come. Thanks very much, ladies and gentlemen. Bye for now.
Thank you. Fantastic.